The Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series is going to be changing their championship format going into the 2024 season. The 2023 season saw them change the format to a winner take all race at the Dirt Track World Championship at Eldora that saw Ricky Thornton Jr., who was the dominant car the entire season, get involved in a wreck early on in the race, ending up finishing third in the championship behind Hudson O'Neal, who went on to claim the championship. Clearly, there was a lot of controversy. There were a lot of dirt late model fans that were not happy with it. We saw Ricky Thornton Jr.'s wife, Shay Thornton, express her distaste for it in a Facebook post back in October. This is what she wrote. We are ultimately in the entertainment industry, but it's also our livelihood. We dedicate virtually every minute of our lives to this. A lot of people will say a lot of things tonight, but not very many truly understand what it takes or what losing out on that championship means. Fans deserve to be entertained, but race teams deserve decency too. I think there's a happy medium, and I don't necessarily think it's what happened tonight. It really is heartbreaking, but it's going to be okay too. We are headed back to the shop. We will unload and wash tomorrow, and we will prepare for this weekend at East Alabama. So if you don't know what happened, Ricky Thornton Jr. had one of the most dominating seasons in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series of anyone ever. Massive performance, but he eventually did not end up winning the championship due to this winner take all format at the Eldora Speedway during the Dirt Track World Championship. Well, now we have the series director, Rick Schwallie, explaining that they have made adjustments to the championship format for the 2024 season. Let's listen to what he had to say here.
Evening without question. I know there's been a lot of discussion. What is going to happen with the chase this year? Are you going to do it different? How are they going to change it? Will they modify it? I'll let you tell us right now for the first time what is going to happen with how you determine your champion next year.
Well, and the biggest thing why we did it to begin with was to be able to bring in some sponsorship help with some partners that were going to elevate our program to the next level. So building on that, we still want to continue to do the chase. We're just going to modify it a little bit. So our final four now will be decided at Knoxville, at the Knoxville Nationals. And then beyond that, we've really elevated the balance of our season. We're going to Brownstown for 50,000 to win. We have Pittsburgh that's up the ante to 50,000 to win. We have East Bay for the grand finale, that's 50,000. And of course, Eldora, we got a Tuesday night with High Limit at Atomic, and that's the 20,000 to win on a Tuesday night. All those big races, we have a lot of sponsorship help that's helping us with those big races at the end of the year to elevate those shows. And again, building on that same theory, we're going to use that as the group of races that we're counting for points for those four races to declare a champion at the end of the year.
So it's Browns. Take us through them again. Which ones that is? Yeah.
So Brownstown, we have 2 nights at Brownstown. Yeah. We have a Tuesday, the show moves on a Tuesday to Atomic, and then we have 2 nights at Pittsburgh, and then we'll head south to East Bay. East Bay's 3 nights with 2 5s. Those 2 5s set up Saturday's lineup, so only the Saturday at East Bay will be a points event, and then we go to Eldora to crown the champion.
When you talk to your drivers and your teams and everybody, did they...
So it sounds like there's actually going to be more than just the 4 races. He's talking about 4 tracks, but it sounds like there's actually 5 tracks and there's maybe 6 or 7 races. It's really unclear. He doesn't really kind of explain it further than that. I think he could have been a little bit clearer here, because if you look at the schedule, and this is the end of the schedule that they released earlier this year for the 2024 season, and you can see here October 1st, or you can see here Knoxville is September 21st. And then you have the 2 Brownstown races on the 27th and 28th. So that's 2 races right there. It sounds like they will be points-paying races. Obviously, the $10,000 and the $50,000 to win races there. And then you have Atomic, the $20,000 to win race on the Tuesday night, October 1st. And then you have these 2 races here for the Pittsburgher at Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway on October 4th and 5th, $10,000 and $50,000. So what are we up to now? We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're at 5 races. And then obviously he said those 2 $5,000 races at East Bay won't count because they're not points paying. They set up the Saturday race, which is the 50,000. So that's 6. And then you have the Dirt Track World Championships at Eldora. So that sounds like there's actually 7 races. So it's really unclear exactly what it's going to be here, because he's talking about 4 races and then having a race at Eldora. So it's still a little bit unclear as to exactly what they're going to do, but they clearly are making some changes. I think these changes while they're still a little complicated, we don't have the full details on them right now. They do seem to be a massive move in the right direction. I think if you're going to have this kind of playoff chase hunt that they're seemingly pitching it as, I think this is the way to do it. You have to have more races. You have to show some consistency. I think it should be the best of the best getting it, and you have to be able to close out at the end of the season. I really like this idea. I think this is a much better idea than just kind of having winner take all race at Eldora, and you have crazy weather that can interfere and you hit a giant dirt clod and it ruins your race and you're out. So I think this is a better format. Where they're going is a lot better, and I think they've learned from their lessons. I think they're taking their criticism on the chin and they are making adjustments. So those are kind of my thoughts. Let me know what you make of the changes that they're making here, and if you have a better understanding of what he's saying, please let me know in the comments below.